through our body, and our as you had spoken yesterday, our body is very limited. Our bodies are limited, but we ourselves are not. As an entity, we are not limited. But since we act through our body, aren't we technically limited to that?
As far as your expression is concerned, yes. Yeah. Meaning, just as an actor who may be a multi-millionaire is acting as a beggar, in that sense is limited. So, his expression is limited as a beggar. But that doesn't limit him. Your limited expression does not limit you. You remain your multi-millionaire actor that you are. Similarly, even though this body, etc., is what you manifest through, and so what you manifest is determined by and limited by the body, but that does not limit you. Your expression gets limited, your nature doesn't get limited.
Okay.
The actor remains a multi-millionaire even though his expression is that of a beggar. Similarly, even though your expression is limited coming out to the body, you yourself remain limitless. The body is like a costume. Costume does not limit the actor who wears the costume. Unless he chooses, it becomes identified with the costume. If an actor, suppose, got identified with his costume, he thinks I am a beggar, then even though he is not limited, he feels limited.
Right.
Same is the question here. The limitless identified with this costume and then feels that I am as limited as the costume is. So sense of limit, it's a sense, it's not a reality.
Right. So during
Once you know you are limitless, it doesn't matter even if your expression is limited, because you know that it doesn't limit you.
You're viewing it from things that you do.
That's important. What counts to you is what you are. There is a habit of judging me by what I do. I don't have to. If I knew what I am, I don't have to judge myself through what I do, etc. So what I do is not, doesn't bind me or doesn't cause anything to me, is what I am. And then if I have a wrong notion about myself, then I feel a sense of limitation for no reason at all. Like that actor is multi-millionaire, feels he is a beggar, so he feels limited as a beggar. Even there is no reason for him. So there is no reason for us to feel limited. But we do, and thus that fellow will be miserable because the beggar thinks he is beggar, so becomes miserable. So we also become miserable because we think we are limited.
How do we get onto that path of understanding that we are limitless? How do we?
We have to undertake a course, a life course, not a particular lifestyle, but a set of values and attitudes which are conducive to your discovering your true nature.
Right.
So your values and attitudes should be based on truly what you are. Suppose you are limitless, you are full. In that case, there will be no need on your part, no want, no lack. So when you act now, you have a choice to act as a limited entity or as a limitless entity. As a limitless, you will have no lack, no want. Then your tendency will be to share and give. As a limited being, you always want. As limitless, you want to give. So then base your attitude and values on what you are. Even though you feel limited, you know that it's a wrong thing. So you act as though you are limitless, meaning that you become a giver. The attitude changes. You become a giver rather than a grabber, rather than a taker. Then you can afford to be honest, to be truthful, to be non-violent, because there is nothing to lose. As a limited being, there is a lot to lose. And so being truthful also, you will feel scared or threatened because something will happen to you. You know that you are limitless. You know means even indirectly you know. And therefore there is nothing to lose. Then you can become more free to do what is right. Otherwise, we are not free to do what is right. Even though you know what is right, I don't feel free to do because I feel I'll be hurt, I'll be damaged, etc. But if limitless you are, you can't be hurt, can't lose, can't damage, then you are free to do what is right. So, do what is right, becomes a value. Become a giver, becomes value and attitude. So thus, there is a complete change in our values and attitudes. If we function on the basis of what we truly are, today we are functioning on the basis of what we think we are. So you have a set of values and attitudes. But if you function based on what you truly are, there will be different set of values and attitudes, which are then conducive for you discovering what you truly are. So life should be based on the reality that we are. Then slowly there is harmony, and that's the process conducive to your discovering. In the meantime, you should also subject yourself to this teaching, listening, more and more understanding, more and more, so clarity comes. So hearing, reflecting, contemplating, more clarity comes, more conviction comes. Because for you to really truly act on those values, there was a strong conviction that that's the right thing to do. Even though it doesn't look like from a normal worldly point of view it's the wrong thing to do, but you know that from a real spiritual point of view it's the right thing to do. So more clarity you have about anything, more firm you are, your conviction, you become stronger, more clarity you have in our day-to-day life also. So here also, that's why constant exposure to teaching becomes important for you to get more and more clarity with a stronger and stronger conviction, which then helps you to conduct yourself in a proper manner. So on one hand, exposing yourself to teaching, on the other hand, implementing that teaching from values and attitudes.
So when we go through a stage, when we go through our lives as such, as a limited entity, we would, well, as we perceive ourselves right now, we would, it would be best to take in as much knowledge and impart the same to attain a more purposeful way of living, you would say.
Impart means?
Like we get the knowledge, but then once we attain it, if we don't impart it, does it, I mean, yeah, exactly, like you said, to give, right? So once we have the knowledge and we're trying to give, as we are limited being, a limitless being from the beginning, and we are doing, if we are in a limited physical self, and once we gain that knowledge, we start understanding that we are limitless, and then we start imparting it, like giving it to other beings, trying to make everyone else aware.
You start doing it right away.
Right.
Not wait till you discover your limitless. Start doing it even when you feel limited. Because that's the way to slowly become free from the habit of taking myself limited.
Right.
So more I act from the platform of limitlessness, more I become free from the habitual error of taking myself limited. So we start doing that right away. That's the means of discovering. And as you keep discovering it, you will but become a giver, because when you will need less and less,
Yeah.
naturally you ought to become more bigger and bigger giver. So it's a process of discovering freedom from needs, freedom from expectations, freedom from wants, and freedom to give, freedom to love.
Need more that we need more in life. We keep more with us in life, Is that
Yes,
okay?
you aggrandize out of insecurity.
Mm-hmm.
I need this, who knows what happens when this happens, that happens, etc. etc. So, as you proceed with this new set of values, this habit of greed won't go away right away.
Right.
Insecurity will not disappear right away. So you respect that also and do, provide something so that you don't feel very insecure. Knowing that this is not the right thing to do, but still I don't have the strong strength and strong enough, I'm not able to really implement that, that's why I'm doing this. As you proceed, discover more freedom, less and less need then to aggrandize.